This is JamiroFan 2000 here. We get another episode looking at a revisitation of past Jamiroquai albums. I got a suggestion to do this video series based off of my YouTube comments of my original revisitation video for Automaton, so I'd like to send a big thank you to Demi and Voss for that suggestion. So in this video, I'm going to talk, of course, about the second Jamiroquai album in their 8-album discography, The Return of the Space Cowboy, released in 1994, their second album release effort through their Sony Music contract that they signed back in 1993. Now, of course, I have talked in many past videos here on the JamiroFan 2000 YouTube channel my absolute love for Return of the Space Cowboy. It, of course, is my favorite album. If you have wondered or did not see my previous videos talking about that album, I love this album to death. It is I still consider this their strongest, both musically and lyrically, their most important album of their discography. Now, we know the later Jamiroquai albums would deal with the Futura funk and would try to get back to being par with the amazing societal and environmental impact that Mercy Planet Earth had in the beginning of Jamiroquai's sound. But Return of the Space Cowboy, as I said in my previous episode talking about Mercy and Planet Earth, my revisitation of Mercy and Planet Earth, Return of the Space Cowboy was very much was putting the lyrical limelight on the societal look at how humanity was dealing with itself on planet Earth, how man is trying to make a living on planet Earth. And the subject matter, as I said, in Mercy and Planet Earth, you go back and you go back and listen to that album and the subject matter they were covering. No other major artist at that time was taking a look at planet Earth or looking at what was under their feet rather than looking at themselves in the mirror, if I could use a proper analogy. Return of the Space Cowboy was very much a re-examination of humanity's effect on the planet, what humanity was trying to do to make a living in this mazy, crazy, complex world that we all inhabit. And like I said, the topics, the topicality on Return of the Space Cowboy, upon reflection, is just startling, but did an amazing job on covering just all from subject matter, from Manifest Destiny covering slavery to songs like Scam and Kids, which was a dual-edged sword, looking at some people in the world not having a lot of wealth inequality, or not having the knowledge to make a living in the world, so they have to steal a catchphrase from John Cena of WWE. Hustle, loyalty, and respect. They had to do a lot of hustling to make a living in the crazy Western world that we all live in. And it was just an amazing album, and of course there was this was the beginning of the major influence of Chiba, or marijuana, of course, with the key single from Return of the Space Cowboy being Space Cowboy, which was just still a great song and a great lead single for Return of the Space Cowboy. But when you go back and listen to Return of the Space Cowboy, you realize how important this album was, and still, to me, this is the best Jamiroquai album they ever did. And going back and listening to it nearly 20 years later, it's still got that punch and influence and forethoughtfulness that Jamiroquai has become synonymous with Jamiroquai's catalog of music, and why they're such an amazing, influential band, even from the pop mainstream all the way to the fashion industry, to pretty much everything you can think of. But I love Return of the Space Cowboy. It's still probably my go-to album in the whole 8-album discography of Jamiroquai's music. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and of course there will be another video coming up very soon covering Traveling Without Moving, which would be the major 1996 album that would make Jamiroquai into a household name, or would at least insert Jamiroquai into the consciousness of the pop mainstream for a very, very short amount of time, and would make a household name of Jamiroquai, and one of the hardest places in the music world to make it in the music industry, make a name for yourself, the United States. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and of course there'll be more videos of this series and more Jamiroquai Minutes and JamiroFan Talks About episodes coming up very, very soon here on the JamiroFan 2000 YouTube channel. Bye bye everybody, thank you for watching this video, and be sure to like and subscribe and share. Bye everybody.